Hello, my name is Terry Dean Nemmers, and on July 6th, 2011, I was maliciously arrested by the thugs down there at the Polk County Sheriff's Department. I was arrested for engaging in legal, not illegal activities. Alright? The legal activities were 1, filing a criminal complaint, and 2, filming the criminal complaint. Both legal activities. Alright? So instead of talking about that today, this information can be found up at my website, lionnews00.blogspot.com. I'm going to talk about something else which happened later after I was maliciously arrested. Alright? So we're going to talk about police reports that you can't trust and cops you can't trust. Alright? Because when I was down in the Kandiyohi County jail from July 7th until yesterday, August 3rd, I ran into different people there who claimed that they were maliciously arrested and maliciously prosecuted. Okay? One of the people that I ran into who said he is being maliciously prosecuted is Chase Hodap. Okay? He says that he's being charged with crimes that he did not commit. Alright? Maybe he did some crimes, but he certainly didn't do all the crimes that they're saying that he's been involved with. Okay? If you are familiar with our news here in Polk County or the surrounding areas, you know, he's been on the news and they've claimed that he and this teenager have been involved in this crime spree throughout the area. Okay? Well, anyhow, he says that some of these things he did not do. The teenager that he was running around with committed them. But they can't hang all these crimes on the teenager because he's a minor. Alright? They want to saddle as much of these crimes onto Chase as possible because he's an adult. Okay? The only detail is he's a vulnerable adult. Alright? So, when I ran into Chase, I told him about the concept of handing out the information on flyers to get your side of the story out there, because the newspapers and the TVs and the police are not going to tell the whole truth. Alright? And that's if you go to the website here, and you can read these different quotes from different attorneys which specifically state that police reports are only going to tell one side of the story, and they're going to leave out essential evidence that proves that you're innocent. Alright? So again, I told Chase about this concept. So a flyer was conceived there. It was mailed out to his family and friends and his girlfriend and whatever. So they started making up flyers, started handing them out. Alright? They modified their Facebook account, Justice for Chase. Alright? Lots of people signed up for the Facebook account. Alright? They started going, and they had t-shirts made up, Free Chase. They started going to the court hearings with these Free Chase t-shirts. Okay? All of a sudden, things just went the opposite direction. Facebook account got deleted. They didn't want any of the like Chase's girlfriend seeing him anymore. Tried to tell him that he was being too depressed and blah blah blah. Don't go see Chase. Made it sound like it was Chase's idea. He wanted to see his girlfriend. All right. So they were trying to separate Chase from everyone else. All right. So either it was pressure from the county attorney's office onto the lawyer, or somehow it got back to the parents where they got scared, figuring that he's going to get in trouble for what he's doing. Alright, they're going to charge him with more, or going to give him some sort of deal or whatever, because Chase wanted to sit as much time as he could so he could get out quicker. Alright? Well, obviously that wasn't working for Ma and Pa Kettle there, so something had to be done. So sounds like they want to just come up with some ridiculous plea agreement to saddle him with crimes that he didn't commit, that he's going to be burdened with for the rest of his life, just so he can get out early. Short-term thinking. Short-term shit-for-brain thinking instead of long-term thinking here. All right, instead of justice, they're trying to get this over with as fast as possible, so they can clear their conscience and whatever. All right, so the whole purpose of this video here is to call up the county attorney in Kandiyohi County, which is Jenna Fischer, at 320-231-2440. and ask her, why is she maliciously prosecuting Chase Hodap for crimes that he didn't commit? Okay? Now, if you want to know about Jenna Fischer, all you gotta do is go to my website, And you can go through in the supporting documentation section, and you can see all sorts of stuff that Jenna Fischer's being, that I could easily point my finger at Jenna Fischer and say, hey, criminal, right there. All right? So, I mean, she's got a lot of gall to point her finger at someone else and say, hey, Chase Hodap is a criminal when, she's just as guilty, if not more guilty. Her crimes are right on the front page of the West Central Tribune newspaper, March 14th, 2007. You look up there, because she's involved in that crime right there. All right? That's the malicious prosecution of myself. All right? She was my standby counsel, and she sat and watched the whole crime take place. All right? So, if you think that Jenna Fischer's on the side of good, you're sadly mistaken. So call up Jenna Fischer, 320-231-2440, and ask her why is she maliciously prosecuting Chase Hodap. Okay? Well, actually, I know why she is, because she loves malicious prosecution, doesn't she? All right? Anyhow, told Chase I'd try and help him out, so give a call to Jenna Fischer, 320-231-2440, and ask her why is she maliciously prosecuting Chase Hodap for crimes that he did not commit. Okay, thank you for your time.